welcome back everyone. Here we are through our 5 days of building on our Down the Rabbit Hole book Nook. Still haven't secured our battery box in place, so I sort of gotta make sure I grab it. Really looking cool, I think. Lots of details and doodads and who's it's and what's it's going on. I think that's supposed to actually be the rabbit hole itself. got our rabbit and the gate and Alice. And I didn't know, the ballroom of portals or something. I don't even know what that's supposed to be back there, but it looks cool. It's got green lights, so I'm digging it. But if you're new here, this is what I do. I buy these kits and build them step by step, mostly in real time. You get to see all my successes and all my failures, and how I hopefully fix those inevitable failures as they come up. Upload daily and just trying to have a good time. We're not solving the world's problems. We're just building silly little models and having some fun. If you see any kits or sets or builds you want me to take a shot at, feel free to drop in the comments. I'm always looking to add on to my list, and I've got the most intelligent audience on YouTube because y'all provide me with nothing but the best of options. So, we're jumping in on step 115, and I will sporadically remember to tell you what step I'm working on as we go along. Maybe. But, pretty straightforward on this one. This set has been weird. They go in, it feels loose, but then it snugs up, so that's good. It makes it easier. You don't have to put like 5,000 pounds of pressure on most of them. But on to 116. I don't think we're going to do, I don't expect this to be a long build today, but I didn't think yesterday would be either. But let me get our grill or whatever on our window here. And of course getting it lined up to the lines. This one has a crosshairs for us to hit, so maybe that'll make it easier. Got a little cross section in our... I think I'm going to stick with the super glue. It seemed to work pretty good yesterday, and especially since started using my little tips on them. And I feel sort of silly having had these things sitting around for a couple of months and not realizing how handy they'd be. They just pop right on and you get a nice little precision control. It does take a little pressure to get the glue out, but once it goes, well, I said once it goes, but once it goes, it eventually goes. I'll just do some really nice little dots of the glue, and it's disposable, so anything that doesn't get, so it doesn't, the bottle doesn't get clogged up after the fact. So move around, make sure we get some glue in it, and now try and line up our lines and not glue ourselves down. Alright, put pressure down to set it. A few more seconds maybe. Okay, straight is the next question. Not perfectly straight, but for the scale I think we'll be alright. That seems to be set in pretty good. Yeah. Paper towel, wipe around the outside edges so I don't accidentally glue myself to it, which I have been known to do on more than one occasion. One of the reasons I sort of shy away from super glue. Okay. Now, okay, for a couple more pieces. It doesn't seem to be really built on 2 pieces at a time. Okay, this one, we get to use both of these. Okay. Oh, here's our back. We're going. So we got this showing. And our slot at the top. This one, okay, it's here. And this guy goes in front of it here. Nice decorative depth of field going there. So make that 3D situation situate. And on step 118, I'll just matching it up over here. Alright, everything snugged up there. We're evidently, this is going to be on the left side, so this is the view we're going to have of it from this angle. Cool. Now, a little spire to go on top, right down this slot here, it says. Okay, so it sort of blends in right there on the right. Okay. Cool little effect. I like it. Yeah. And now let's get the glue back going again. Let's ease its way down there. Speeds up a little bit in a small bit. Hopefully. A few more seconds to get that glue set up, and I'll take a peek at what I'm doing next. Okay. Looks like we're about to get tethered to our main section, because I've got a wire in, put a light on. Okay, so that's good. Cheers, I actually forgot to plug in. Doing wire in, so I'm going to go ahead and get my glue gun plugged in. Right, start these guys. And let's start off. Texture showing. Notch at the top, tab at the bottom. Be done there. And get this guy back over. I'm really looking forward to getting this battery box secured. And it looks like somehow I got this one. Okay. Stop and fix that right now before it gets too far. I think I can still. One of the wires escaped wire control. A little crevice there. Without breaking any of the pieces. There it was. Okay. Alright, so sort of I had any of those little stickers left. I cleaned up and I threw away all my little two-sided tape things. I was thinking about to try to tack it in place until it was time. But so I don't have any that I see as far as like the lightweight ones. So okay, so I won't do that, but do need to make sure I get, let's see, this one is the one that's supposed to go up front because it's already ran through the hole. So this is the wire I want for this one. Okay, so looks like we want this little bend in it here. It's supposed to go. Looks like it's supposed to go like that. Oh, actually, it's supposed to stick out the other side, so it's supposed to go. Have to bend all the way back here. I don't think it's going to bend back there. There's not enough firmness there, so it's supposed to. We need. It's supposed to bend. Okay, so it's bend right there. And it's not going to hold the bend, so. Okay. in place here. And according to the picture, this is what we want. I'm trying to see where this piece gets mounted. Or are they just doing that thing where they rewrite? No, okay. Okay, it's okay. We don't. It doesn't get mounted there. We're actually gonna move it around a little bit later. Okay. Glad I didn't glue that down. I was thinking about it real hard about it. But we just do that and set it aside again. Now, on to our next bit. Screw my pliers back. This is going. Okay, it's textured on both sides on this one, so it goes in here. Now we use tab down here. And it's supposed to go up against, looks like it goes up against that. Okay, I'm going to do this one last, so I have room to maneuver this piece. And something like that on it. So, back to the glue. Pressure for a few seconds. Okay. And now this guy goes in. There. Okay, I think that's a little doorway thing I'm gonna do. Okay. And looks pretty simple. Lamp shade. I think it's a lamp shade. Could be like a dome for a building. We shall see. Okay. Now I'm gonna get out my scrap wood. I've got to do more gluing. Got 3 plain and 3 printed. And he's got to combine them not like so. Make sure they line up good. And okay, so I'm gonna put the glue in the top and the middle. I think I'm gonna try and put the glue through the middle here, so I won't glue myself to it if I can line everything up like that. Yeah, that's the plan. We'll see how it goes on the first one, then modify as we need to. Oh, I just remembered. Sorry about the whine again. I don't hear it until obviously 14 minutes in. That should be more than enough glue to hold this in place. Find up at the bottom. Quickly glue myself to the side. Okay. Alright, did not line it up. This may be, yeah, I think this is going to be, let's go back to the B7000 for this if I don't get it right this time. Didn't already wear the glue up. Yeah, at least it was forgiving to let me undo it and redo it. Okay. Let's take a peek when we're going to use this. It's got a few minutes before I use it. I think I will go to the B7000 just to have a little more adjustment time on the other two. Since I've got it sitting right here. Actually, I wonder, this probably won't work, but I'll see. Definitely didn't work on the nope, that is not going to work. Maybe I should have stuck with the super glue. Okay, it seems to be stuck to me. Okay, I think it looks pretty good. I don't see anything sticking out on either side, so that's what's that here? Okay. Well, I like having tabs and slots more than. Okay. I think. Leave it alone. I think we're in good shape there. Okay. So, guys, off to the side and let that glue firm up a little bit over the next few minutes. And move on to the next page. I'll randomly tell you it's step 124. It's a little house foundation, or building foundation at least. And these pieces all look very similar, but the E parts are a little bit wider than the C parts. The C's on the inside for a window frame. I think that's what it's going to end up being. So here. These on the outside. Maybe. Always worried about these pieces, these little skinny things, putting any real pressure on them, because I'm scared of how bad they're going to break at that inevitable snap. Okay, all the pressure, got a good contact all the way around. Yep, okay, cool. Now, just like that, it's already time to bring those columns back in. But I'll see it. A wall and a door. So this is going to go in right behind. And that's where our light's going to end up. So that's where I'm going to end up gluing it in. But get that situation. And like I said, door. Did I put this? I put it on the wrong side. I put it on the upside down. It's supposed to be on this side. Had to happen. They're being fairly cooperative on coming back out, so that's good. I've been doing a good job at looking at making sure I was on the right side all night too. So yeah, I'm up on the right side. So these are the outside. So we're into this one. Contact. No, this back in. Okay, that looks more like what I was supposed to have. The door goes here. And our columns. Quickly disconnect. Line. Okay. There we go. Back in shape. I think these others do now. Another one of the, okay, I know which ones were the B7000 ones. Line back up. All right. Okay, so after all that, I think super glue is probably the way to go, considering how much easier that one was to work with. Okay, now we're ready for this guy. Goes here. Yeah, up there. There's our opening doorway there. And these top parts are going to be underneath the roof, so that's why I didn't paint them. Now, okay, now go back over here. This bit. Goes right here, and our light goes into this hole right there. So that's where the hot glue gun will come into play, I think. This guy. Okay. I feel like I'm going to rest that. Got a little lip on that LED. I think that's where I'm going to rest it. Have it just barely peeking through on that side. So, we gun out. Just put a drop on the corner here. Now, leave it in place. hold you for a few seconds. A few more seconds than that. Okay, actually, while that's, we'll put a little more on top too. Make sure it stays in nice and tight. Let's see, can I do anything else while I'm waiting for that? Nope. Still going to continue working on this piece. Okay. Okay. It's a little wobbly, so. And get the light out of it. And to make, do I want to keep adding more glue to make it more stable? I think so. Got room, might as well use it. And grab me a glue. Spread it around a little bit, make sure it gets all around. Okay. And now I think I'll let that, I'll continue while I'll let that do its thing. It should be good and solid now. And so what am I doing next? So get to our little dome here. Go in, yeah, on top of our light. There it goes. Okay. And then on to 128, so we're bringing our roof back in. You're going into that slot. Okay. Right. Here. Alright. Nice little house. Once that gets, yeah, that feels pretty solid now. So we're gonna be able to pull that over that way. And while I think I will. Make sure I got plenty of slack from over on this end. Get back in a little bit. Let that glue get in the. And I won't make y'all watch glue dry, so I'll take a little break here and let it get set, and I'll be right back. Okay, this seems to be stabilized there. I don't think it's dry, but I don't think it's going anywhere. But like I showed y'all, it's gonna have a nice little light effect on our front porch or parlor or whatever that's supposed to be. Okay, so okay, yeah, I got a couple more buckets left over here. Turn it back on. Another little eave or whatever, dormer, something like that. Okay, so we got that. You go this way. You this way. And these actually fit together, so that's nice. Didn't have to modify them to make them the slots fit in on that one. Cool. So got some glue on the finger there. Okay. Well, last little bit tonight. Right. More little roof line, part of the building and everything. Okay. And actually, I just looked at that. I think this one might end up being exposed, so I'm going to go ahead and hit that with a paint pen. Probably been okay, but better safe than sorry. Okay. But now back to regularly scheduled programming. Oh. Okay, so you this down. Okay. Line them up where they'll line up. Maybe better to use this one first. Yep, I think I'm gonna. Extra snug. And pop that one behind it. Alright. Perfect. Over here. These two holes, get these guys. That one was very loose, as was that one, so we need some glue on those. Something else good about this, you know exactly when the glue is going to hit. You don't have to guess. Okay, so pressure there. Okay. This. Okay, it's here and it gets glued in as well. Oh, okay, so probably yeah, that made the walls and inside there. So I'm not super certain this is going to be very visible, but that's still nice detail that they did fill in the gap. Probably a bit much on that, but press down everybody for a few more seconds. Okay, nice and firm. All right, now over here and this guy into that slot. So, and extra loose on that one as well. Okay. Well, it looks like I got a good. I think I can do. Yeah, and it would have been peeking out there on that I painted, so I'm glad I did go back and do that. Let me. So I'm gonna run some glue right there because it seems to be hitting. I think it's hitting there. I'll double check. Yeah, I'll do a little bit. Yeah, I'll do a few dots on there and there. Just well, I could. This is gonna be the last thing I do tonight. So I think I can let the B7000 set up down here on the bottom. Because I don't know if I mentioned it or not. I meant to. We should finish this one up tomorrow. This is going to get us ready for the home stretch. So just a couple little details to add on top of this one, this side, and then it's a matter of just putting the sides and the top on, and of course our dust cover. But it's going to be, should be doable tomorrow. But in the meantime, we have built our little house. I don't know the scale. Maybe it's supposed to be a palace. I'm not sure. But Alright, get our lights back on in there, so we got a good. Yeah, some of the things, when I was looking at the instructions, I thought it'd be much bigger than this, but I think that's a cool little, nice little details on that. I'm feeling it. That's sort of, maybe. Yeah, it looks like that's showing too, so before I wrap up for the night, let me see if I can hit these guys. Little concealant there. Not perfect on that one. I'm not going to go all the way up into the edge, but I think that needs a little working. Okay. Alright, that's better. To me, anyway. As I get our little house built, I wouldn't. It seemed like it was going to look bigger, but I think the scale of this thing is just throwing my mind off. I just sort of, I guess it's going to be about the same scale as our thing from yesterday here. This looks like they're going to be connecting up somehow. I think this is where our pathways are going to walk to and from. Maybe. This pathway here, I think, looks like that's where this one's going to hook up. So that maybe looks something like that. Not sure where that's going to end up. I don't see any notches on the front here for that to go in there. So we'll find out tomorrow though. But I'm going to call that a night. Nice simple build tonight. Good to have a relaxing one. Yesterday was a little bit longer than I meant it to be. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share. Do whatever you want to with all of that. Be good to one another. Stay safe. And click on a link. There's my channel up there if you'd like to subscribe. There's my other channel where I do experiments a couple of times a month. Down here's what YouTube thinks you should be watching. And that is the playlist for this whole build. I'll see you tomorrow.